welcome to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin'.
Happy holidays, folks. This is Mad Dog and Merrill here. This is Fast Freddy on the keyboards. And we've got part one of our holiday special. So grab your favorite and fresh refreshment and sit back and relax the half hour here, folks. We'll be right back.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is brought to you by Modern Home Products, the makers of MHP, Phoenix, and Profire Grills, Cherry Delight, Native American Tourism of Wisconsin, Awesome Shrimp and Seafood, healthy homegrown Wisconsin potatoes, No Name Butcher Quality Meats, Sundrop Soda, the Oneida Nation, Glorious Malone Fine Sausage, Henning's award-winning cheese, Golden Home Ultra Thin Pizza Crusts, and by Lashbro Aerial Images.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
It's a holiday show.
Play it again, just a little bit of it. House we go. Happy holidays, folks. You know, there's several different ways to celebrate the holidays around the world. And our show airs around the world. Our air shows throughout North America, throughout the United States, and centrally in the Midwest. And that's why we're Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. And today we're honored to be with our good friends at NATOW, Native American Tourism of Wisconsin. And you're invited to natow.org to learn the 11 indigenous great tribes of Wisconsin, if you would, please. And that's basically what we're doing here today is we're living off the land and we're going back in time. And you can have your prime rib and you can have your ribeye steaks and you can have your lobster and shrimp. We're doing bison and mushrooms and wild rice and great stuff like that. But holidays are holidays no matter where you're at, and you got to enjoy them with your family and friends.
That's true. It's all
But
about
look at this
family.
place. Where are we?
We are at the George W. Brown Jr. Ojibwe Museum and Cultural Center. We're actually in Lac Duflombow, which is up in the Great White North of Wisconsin. It's hunting fish by torchlight is how they got the name Lac Duflombow.
Oh, I never knew that.
And the casino up here is Lake of the Torches. That's where these fine gentlemen stayed last night.
Yeah. How was it sleeping in the car?
Free bar tab. I came up with the goodies to this morning so that
You're
you all,
a good man.
so
We
you all could
appreciate
have a
that.
show. As it turns out, we do have to appreciate family. We do have to appreciate what we have in values. This happens to be some sage, and it's a Native American custom to do a little smudging, to do a little bit of warring off of the spirits that are bad, and asking for the new spirits to come in and take us over and have a new year. And that's what we're doing here today. So a little bit of smudging for you good folks out there with some wonderful sage. You were wondering how I was going to do that, didn't you,
I
Freddie?
had it figured out.
Dip it in
Thank
the
gosh you didn't,
You're lucky
have
that you-
gasoline in there or something like that.
You're lucky
would've
that
been
wasn't
great.
gasoline.
And I might add that I know we're rambling here. We got a lot of cooking to do.
Yeah.
This is some beautiful rosemary. I got a couple of beautiful rosemary trees that are several years old now. It's the herb of remembrance, and during the holiday season, that's what we need to do is remember those who have passed before us and honor them with this tradition of cooking.
That's it. That's what it's
Well,
all
I'm hungry.
about,
Let's
you
get
know?
going.
Thank you, Freddie.
All right, I mean, it is the season, you want to get together with family and friends, things that you want to remember. Up here they preserved a lot of mushrooms.
Sure,
all the time.
absolutely.
Smoked fish, they catch their own fish and smoke it.
Yep.
We've got some chives or green top onions here. We're going to do some stuffed mushrooms. And mushrooms I just saw, there's so many different ways of doing mushrooms and everything. So he's going to go ahead and take the caps out of the mushrooms, and I'm
Yeah.
going to go ahead and make the mixture. I realized that they didn't have whipped sour cream, but we're fortunate today that we do
cheese.
We do have it today.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese, I'm sorry, sour cream. Oh, could you imagine that?
Yeah.
So, okay, we got the cream cheese. We'll plop that in here. Get the other one going here.
We chose whip so that Merrill could do it better.
Yeah, I know. And the age factor, There we go. Got that, undo that. Plop that in the bowl.
Look at this.
Well, those are beautiful mushrooms.
Those are nice big ones,
How many
too.
folks out there harvest mushrooms, huh? In the spring of the year, the fall of the year, maybe you got those big, what do they call those big, darn it all, I had the name of them, puffballs.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a puffball?
I have, but not off the land.
Not,
I'm afraid of any of those mushrooms.
haven't you gone to the north end of the woods and found a great big puffball and sliced that baby and pan-fried it?
Oh,
Freddie,
man, that's some
Freddie,
good
Freddie.
eating.
Yeah,
Boy, remember our chef bringing those in?
yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah.
Put a little bit
is
of
for
flour
sure.
on there on
You
each
can do
side.
mushrooms in so many different ways.
All right. I got the whipped cream cheese in here.
Can I break that up?
Yeah,
for you?
go ahead, break it up. I'm going to go ahead and use some green top onions. Now, this is just a great mixture. I mean, this is here we're going to stuff this with on the shrooms and heat it up. Got crackers. It's also good on crackers too. Don't get me wrong on that. So,
They in part two. This is part one, by the way, the holiday the show that we're doing here. In the next segment next week, we're going to be doing beautiful catfish and salmon.
yo, man.
Yeah.
You're a good man. You're a good
Freddie
man.
was out ice fishing. Freddie was never an ice fisherman. We talked a little bit about it.
No, I'm more of an ice racer. You know that.
You had the original.
Hot rod on the ice. Yeah,
Hot
we do.
rod.
Yeah, it's exactly what we did. We take an old car and we turn it into like a stock car.
Yep.
We put 4 tires on that thing with 54 studs, but they're not regular studs. They're 3/8
Guys, how
bolts.
many guys could you get in that car?
Words out of my mouth.
Ah, that's okay.
So you raced those, and then Freddie was an ice skater. Does he look like an ice skater, ladies and gentlemen?
Skating guard, remember
Skating guard for a part, so that the boys wouldn't skate over somebody or something, right?
that? Crack the whip and beat up on the little kids.
Sure,
you know?
exactly right.
Yeah, and that was all fun stuff in order to do. But
Yeah.
hey, that was about
But
the
you
best
had the
exercise.
skater, the new
Racer.
racer skates.
Yes.
Yeah, not these dinky little things where you can do like swirling things.
No. The area that I was in, people who skated on the rivers.
Yep.
And it was one of the fastest skating capitals of the United States.
Really?
Northbrook, Illinois. That was a big deal. That's where the Olympic people
Well,
came
no,
from.
that's right.
That's where a lot of the people.
I bet you wish you owned
who
land
raced
there now. They, and that's what this show's all about too, is coming to Native American tribes of Wisconsin have 11 great tribes throughout Wisconsin. And what we would like to ask you to do is to come up and enjoy the winter sports, whether it's snowmobiling, whether it's ATVing, whether it's skating, whether it's skiing, whatever it may be, ice fishing, a lot of ice fishing up here.
Yeah.
We're up by Minocqua, we're up by Hazelhurst,
Yes.
and this is Loch Duflombow, and a lot of great lakes up here for ice fishing and for things like that. Merrill, those look delicious.
They do. They're going to be good.
I don't know why you wanted to put the cream cheese on first and then some salmon.
What was I thinking
What
of?
were you
huh?
thinking of?
Oh, gosh. So what do you got going?
So while Merrill's doing those beautiful mushroom caps, we did a little harvesting of our own. Our good friends, one of the nice tribes did here, Oneida, and a few tribes, Forest County, Potawatomi, there's a few other tribes that have bison, and they do buffalo steaks. So this is actually a nice buffalo steak, but it also represents, it could be bear, it could be venison, it could be anything of wild game nature. And we're going to take that steak, and I'm going to keep it right inside this little bowl right here, ladies and gentlemen, because I got some done already, and I just kind of want to show you what you can do with beautiful venison. Freddie, would you help me out and hold that bag open just for
Absolutely.
a second? Let's just get rid of that thing before it gets out of
There you
harm's
go.
way.
Right away.
Thank you, sir.
I'll hang on to that.
You're a good man, Freddie.
So now we can take this, and I'll plop this on this cutting board here, and we're just going to take a nice little center section just to show you how to do this. I got some bunch of them done already. We're going to take a nice little section of that beautiful bison or that beautiful venison, whatever you have, nice little strips like this. We're going to take a couple of sprigs of asparagus, and we're going to start at the cut end, and we're going to just simply take a bacon strip with a toothpick, and we're going to skewer that through the center, and all we're simply going to do is do a little wrapping.
That's different. That's
You know
pretty
something,
cool.
we're going to plank these two, and I wasn't going to plank them because it's foolproof and it's easy and it's kind of like a great way to do it, but look at how nice that is, and that's some of the things that you can do with smoked bacon, beautiful asparagus, and some nice wild game. And what we're going to do is we took I took some cedar shake.
Yes, you did.
And I got some other untreated lumber, but we took cedar shake, and we're going to actually place all these beautiful strips of the bison with the
Awesome.
asparagus and the bacon, and that goes on our hot MHP grill outside and gets charred away. And Merrill's mushroom caps can go indirect. They can put
Yes,
them in
they
the oven
can.
too
Whoops,
at
the hell went over here.
350.
Didn't get yet.
You can put them in the oven at I oiled and seasoned these, by the way. I didn't do it here today, but I used a little bit of our oil and some great seasoning on top of there. And we're going to do the same thing with the mushroom caps here. We're going to put those on planks, and we're just going to cook those for about 15 to 20, 25 minutes at the most. And those should come out absolutely delicious. We have more holiday traditional, indigenous food to cook for you fine folks in just a minute or two. But we're going to get these to the grill
Stay
right
right
now.
with us. Hey, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling.
I'll tell you what, behind it, this cultural center is just one example of when you go to natal.org and the 11 tribes of Wisconsin, of the different centers. And I can think of about 4 or 5 logging camps. I can think of different museums that we visited over the course of the years.
Oh, we've seen a lot of them.
And there's so much to see and so much interesting facts and history and traditions involved. This is actually a sugar camp set up here. So this would be in the spring of the year. The winter scene's around the corner, but it sure looks like spring, don't it? I like winter. But that's actually the sugar camp where they cook down the maple syrup and made it into cooked down the sap and made it into maple syrup. So we're in a sugar camp here, and over around the corner, it got me thinking about sturgeon spearing.
Right.
And no matter where you go in Wisconsin, wherever the 11 tribes are, there's always water. And whether it's lakes, whether it's streams, they freeze over in the wintertime, and there's ice fishing like you wouldn't believe, and there's decoys for like sturgeon spearing that are just absolutely beautiful. Hand antique carved wooden with lead weights so that they sink down. Decoys so that the sturgeon stuff spear underneath the ice, go underneath the ice so that they can spear them. So it's great cultural stuff. Explore it and enjoy it. That's what family traditions are during the holiday season. Candied yams. Do you like yams?
Yes.
Freddie, sweet potato?
Maybe it's me. You think I'm funny? You think I'm funny? You think I'm
Freddie,
a clown?
Freddie, that's a different show.
You think I'm here to amuse you?
So I took some yams. I took some sweet potatoes, some yams. I got them out in the cooler out there, and I should have brought them in. And I peeled them. I cut them in quarters, and Merrill does a lot of these all the time too. We glisten them with an oil, and we just char them up on the grill so they're nice and tender. I'm going to take these tender, beautiful, still warm, candied or soon to be candied yams, and place them in my cast iron. And we're going to begin to do a little bit of, this is beautiful maple syrup.
Oh, man, you're going all out.
Yeah, today we're going all out. So we're going to add maple syrup in there, and I can smell that gorgeous, rich sugars. And we're going to pour that in there. Now, we're not going to burn the bottoms of these, so I can put dried currants. These are red cranberries. These are dried currants. They took grapes and wild grapes, and they dried them, and they used them all winter long. We have beautiful walnuts here. So they took the walnuts, and we got those. And of course, they had bacon. Gotta have the bacon.
Hey, where do you think that bacon all came from? Where do you think I bacon? Oh, we'll get started on that. We'll be in trouble.
So we have the maple syrup, and now we're gonna top it with some
man.
honey on top of there.
That's it.
And I'm gonna put these back on the grill, indirect method of cooking, and we're just gonna warm them back up for about 20 minutes, and they're gonna be the best candied
Oh,
yams
they are. I'll
you
tell
are
you,
ever
I
gonna
love
have.
them. I absolutely love them. So what you got there, sir?
This is something that Merrill's using right now.
Oh, yes, thank you.
So in the harvest season, when they had the corn, they took the corn and they strung it into braids together to hang in the rafters to dry so that they could rehydrate them throughout the year and use them in different dishes. And this is what the white corn looks. That's what the white corn looks. That's all dried white corn, beautiful white corn. Doesn't have to be white, doesn't have to be yellow, can be dyed corn. We're diversified here. It can be any type of corn that you want, but that's what Merrill's using there.
That's right. I mean, I've already cooked this up, but the white corn, the flavor in the white corn to me is just absolutely phenomenal. It really is. It really brings out a flavor. So we got some white corn, we got some red beans, we got some fresh mushrooms, sort of like a harvest salad, I would call it. You know, good idea? Good idea. So we're gonna mix these all in a bowl.
I was just getting the dust out of that sweater.
It probably did, man. You probably did. You know how much I love wearing sweaters.
You know how much we love you wearing sweaters.
Yeah, all right. Okay, got the beans, got the white corn in there, got some mushrooms. I like this. You know, it's something really healthy. Sure, you don't have to mess with
Quiet, the
whole
baby
thing.
portobellos are sleeping.
Oh, yeah. Be quiet. Okay, here comes the dressing. I use a lot of times a little bit of, we've got some virgin apple cider.
Vinegar.
Nice, darn,
Right.
that's going to be a type of thing.
That's an apple cider vinegar. Yeah.
Apple cider vinegar, yes, sir, yes, sir. Some oil,
Very full.
sunflower oil.
Very full, that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
better.
one must have made a mistake.
I'll go quite a bit on there, all right? I do use a lot more oil than I do for vinegar. And I just do it by sight, to be honest with you.
The man's blind.
That too, all right. Got some honey to add into that.
Want some honey squeezed in there, dear?
Yeah, go on there. And then for seasonings, I'm gonna use some thyme, and I'm gonna use some sage, which will really bring some good flavor to that. Put that in there.
Just giving you a hand so we can have a commercial break.
There you go, you got it, all right. Got
That's
that,
enough. That's
sprinkle
enough
that.
sage. Sage is strong.
Whoa, boy, I
Thyme is
could
strong.
smell that,
Yeah,
can't you?
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shake that up and sprinkle that on the salad. So there we go, sir. Shake, shake, shake. Look at that, man. Look at those
Oh, look
muscles,
at that.
ladies and gentlemen. You got her. Pour that over there. I'll mix it all up. Good job, sir.
Oh,
Good
man.
job. See that honey in there, that's for sure.
Hey, we've got a chance to talk to Emerson Coy, Director of Planning for Loch Duflombow. Emerson, I understand that your annual Winter Indian Bowl is going virtual this year.
Well, thank you, Mad Dog, and it's nice to be here. And thanks for coming to Lac de Flambeau, or Wiswagening, as we say here. We are planning and exploring the idea very seriously of doing online cultural workshops,
Boy, that's great.
like traditional and jingle dress and or the shod dancers, and birch bark canoes that we had built this last year that we can illustrate that, as well as how to make a birch bark basket. So we're excited about extending that opportunity all over.
Emerson, you have a new country market open to the public. Tell us a little bit about it.
That's right, the new country market is open for business and open to the public. You can come enjoy your shopping experience where we have Native American goods.
Sure.
But just like any place else, you have to wear your mask, social distance, and everything is disinfected.
What outdoor activities, winter sports, does Loch Duflombow have to offer?
We are actually very excited about winter. It's one of our favorite seasons because there's always a lot to do no matter what season it is. And winter's a special time because we have a lot of snowmobile trails all over the reservation. There's cross-country skiing with a trail that's just north of the reservation border. You can go snowshoeing, and you can go ice fishing as well. So there's lots of activities here in the winter.
Emerson, we're looking forward to spring, of course. Tell us about the Powell Marsh and about the spring bird migration.
Yes, the Powell Marsh is very beautiful in the spring with all the birds staging and nesting in the area. We do have a viewing point where anyone from any age can come and view this beautiful sight. It's a relaxing atmosphere that anyone can enjoy.
We love your slogan, a place to refresh your spirit. Emerson, give us your website and how we can learn more.
So if you want to come and refresh your spirit, as our theme says, you can come to Lac de Flambeau and just enjoy yourself and relax. To find out more information, just come to lacdeflambeauchamber.com. That's lacdeflambeauchamber.com.
Emerson, thanks a lot for talking with us. This is Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling.
We are at the George W. Brown Jr. Ojibwa Museum and Cultural Center, and you can go to natal.org to learn more about this center and many more throughout Wisconsin. natal.org. Merrill's salad is beautifully marinated in there.
My.
These little delicacies turned out just absolutely wonderful. These are wonderful. That's the bison with the asparagus and the bacon wrap, and you can see they turned out just absolutely wonderful. Nice and tender as can be. It's a great way to do any wild game harvested by you out there, folks. Beautiful mushrooms that Merrill, you did a great job.
Oh,
on those.
thank you, thank you.
The candied yams, I don't think you can find a better candied yam than that, with the bacon, the walnuts, the honey, the maple syrup, and all the delectables that are with that. And then what I did is I also took and made a nice little Johnny bread, a nice little, what do you call it, cornbread?
Cornbread.
You call it
Cornbread.
Johnny cake? Cornbread, whatever you call it. I don't know what anybody calls it out there. There's different terms. And I made this in the cast iron skillet, and it's the first time I ever made a a regular cornbread in cast iron, so we'll see how it turns out. It's gonna be a little crumbly like my life.
Did you say your life?
I did see my life.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes,
I
I
want to
did.
make sure I got that right.
Yeah, I love my family. We're gonna drizzle a little honey over that cornbread.
There you
All
go,
over the plate.
man.
Oh man, some wild blueberries. So we took blueberries and we dried them, made wild blueberries on there, dried. Got some walnut pieces over the top, and just a drizzling more of honey over the top of that if you want to.
It's incredible.
Isn't that great? That's dessert for the holidays. Happy holidays, ladies and
Happy
gentlemen.
holidays,
I'll tell you
everybody.
that.
Enjoy.
We're going to have a great time here today. We got the salad, we got the beautiful roll-ups, we got the stuffed mushrooms, the candied
look at
yams,
that.
and desserts. This is Holidays with Mad Dog and Marrow, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Marrow's Midwest Grill. I hope you had a great time on part 1 of the holiday. Next week, part 2, stay tuned, seafood on the grill. Many thanks to Teresa for being the host here today at this beautiful cultural center. Peace, love, until we meet next week, folks.
Happy grilling.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is a production of Lashbro Visual Communications.